Hello and welcome, my friends. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to slow things down and we are going to do some yin yoga, helping to bring ourselves back to a place of balance and a place of serenity and quiet. So the yin and yang of life, that pull of work, family, friends, all the things we need to do in life, we're going to use that yin yoga to pull us back to find that sense of balance. So it's going to feel really good, you guys. It's going to be challenging. So yin yoga, we're going to hold these poses for quite a bit longer. So this is about finding your edge within the pose and staying just before that uncomfortable place. If you start to get into that uncomfortable place, it's okay. Focus on your breath. If you need to adjust, adjust. Okay, so it's about finding that space where we can truly melt into the pose, where we can clear our minds and we can really focus on the breath and where we are right here, right now, within the four corners of our mat. So if you do not have a bolster, I would recommend grabbing a towel or a blanket that you can fold up. A block works great. If you need multiples, because these bolsters are fairly thick, so if you want to grab multiple, a couple blankets, a couple towels, a pillow, a big couch pillow if you like. So something that can give you some support during your yin yoga practice. And we'll get started. Water, if you like, whenever you like. And then just take a break whenever you need to. Do your best to really find that edge within you and settle into the pose. Today we're going to start in a seated cross-leg easy pose. If this doesn't feel easy to you guys, it's okay, you're in good company. We're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to transition that bolster. You can have it any way you like, if you want it vertical or if you want it more horizontal. I like it vertical just because it tends to support a little bit more of the body. And we're going to walk those hands on either side of the bolster or the pillows, and we're just going to adjust as we need to allow the forehead to come to rest. Now you can hold on to the pillow, the blankets, or you can extend those arms out. So just adjust to the point where your body can totally relax. Noticing that beautiful stretch all the way down the spine and into those hips. Slowing the breath. Truly, truly just letting yourself surrender into this pose. Now at any point, guys, if you need to adjust, you absolutely can. You are never stuck in a pose. If you start feeling tingly sensations or numbness, yep, that's a really good indication that you need to come out of this pose or adjust. Now you can rest your hands up on the pillow. Literally just find that space that feels good to you. Maybe it's resting your chin or your cheek rather than your forehead. It's about exploring. It's about letting go. Finding those big, full, deep breaths. Stretching those connective tissues, helping them to change, to metamorphosize into a more effective, efficient body mechanics for the body to move more freely and without pain. That would be amazing. If your head is turned to one side, perhaps shifting to the opposite side. Now, as you see, this is a way slower pace than we would traditionally do. Yin, just Just different, guys, but it is an amazing practice. Really slowing down, which can be very challenging for some. I being one of them. Embrace those challenges, guys. Stepping into an uncomfortable place mentally can only make you stronger. And physically, finding that little bit of uncomfortability is all about change, guys. Let it happen. And slowly bring your hands to the mat and walk yourself back up. Oh, sitting up nice and tall. Let's transition that bolster behind us now, pillow behind us. And again, turning that bolster whichever direction you like. And we're going to slowly lower ourselves back down onto that bolster. Legs are crisscrossed. Now we want to move that bolster down to the point where our head is supported, neck is supported. So as I just had to adjust, you may also. And we're going to open up those arms, palms to the sky. So arms are kind of out either to a T or down to a low V. We just want to open that chest, open through the shoulders. Relax the weight of the upper body down. So if you need a couple pillows behind your back to support through that middle lower back, absolutely. Use whatever you need. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. Opening up through those hips, through the chest, through the belly. Letting go of any negative energy we're holding in those hips, in our heart, in our mind. We feel safe, calm, breath just flowing slow and steady in and out through the nose. As we breathe in and out through the nose, sending a message to that parasympathetic nervous system that all is fine. Everything is well and it's okay to relax. We take a couple more breaths. And we're going to transition to our reclined butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together, knees opening out nice and wide. Now you might want to pull those heels in towards your bottom or gently slide them out and away. You find what's right for you. So this is a fairly intense hip and groin stretch. So if you need to adjust, moving those feet out a little bit, that's absolutely fine. If it's better for you to pull them in, pull them in. So we want to stay just in front of that uncomfortable phase. That place where the body is working really hard and we want it to be able to just relax. And sometimes it's just the slightest movement, weight shift that allows your body to be like, ah, yes. I encourage you to play, to find that space. And each time we come back to our yin practice, just like any other kind of yoga practice, it just depends upon the day, guys. Any given day, right? Some days we feel like $1,000,000. Some days we feel like a penny waiting for change. Those, my friends, are the days. Come to your mat. Guarantee you will feel so much better after spending a little time on your mat. Those days when we feel less than amazing, we have no expectations. We just let our practice be whatever it's meant to be. And oftentimes those days are the most incredible days, where we leave that mat feeling stronger, empowered, more balanced, and centered. It's an amazing feeling. Let's gently draw those knees towards one another. Extending one leg out, hands to your knee, rock yourself up, and let's transition that bolster. Give yourself just a second, because sometimes in staying in these poses for quite a while, you can kind of get lightheaded. It's kind of an amazing shift of blood supply. So just be well, be mindful. We're going to place that bolster, that pillow, blanket, whatever you like, right on top of your legs, and we're just going to hinge forward. So supporting at the tummy, supporting at the chest, and just gently let your head come forward. Now you can support with the hands, resting the hands on top of that bolster, and just allowing the forehead to come to rest. You might even stack fists if maybe you need that extra little lift. Just find that place, once again, where your body says, yes, thank you. And we hold and breathe. So what to do if you don't have a bolster? Like I said, towels, pillow, anything that's soft and squishy that can help give you a little support. And if you don't feel like using any props, any tools, you can absolutely do the same thing without. But sometimes it is so great to have that extra little support. Isn't that true of life? When we need that extra little support, it's pretty nice when we have it. And it's about finding things in life. Maybe it's not necessarily another person, but those things in our life that give us comfort and help us to feel supported. Feeling that great stretch down the backs of the legs and into that lower back. Feeling that openness down the spine. Breathe. And again, you can turn if you like. If having that forehead resting doesn't feel great to you, exploring, working with wherever you are in your practice today, without judgment or criticism. Just feeling the love, that wonderful positive energy, breaking up any blockages throughout the body or within that mind to allow that energy flow to move freely. And let's slowly rise, taking a moment once again, and let's set that bolster off to the side, out of your way, and sweep those feet around. Let's come up onto all fours. Tabletop, core is strong. We're going to take that right foot and we're going to sweep it through between the hands and leaning those hips forward. So maybe you use your bolster, setting it on the side. If getting the hands to the floor isn't super comfortable, you can rest that right hand on your thigh and just let your hips be heavy. If it feels right to you, keep those hands down. You do you. Keeping that core strong. If it feels right to you, we're going to lift the chest. So again, that bolster can come in pretty handy. You can rest both hands on your knee. I want you to be mindful of that right knee, that it's not flaring out to the side, but rather staying right in line with that hip. Chest is lifted, and if you like, lift your gaze just a bit. Opening the chest, drawing those shoulders back and away. So the cool thing about your bolster too, you can lift it to have a little more support. So the more you lift that bolster, right, the highest point allows us to open that chest even more. Little challenge for your balance. So you might notice that your core muscles kick in a bit as we stay in our low lunge. As the body settles in, you might notice that sometimes it starts to relax almost. We've got to determine what muscles to keep firing to stay steady. Finding that breath. You can close your eyes if that feels right to you. A little more challenge for your balance. You might notice that you sway a bit side to side, really lengthening through that left hip flexor. You might notice a little fatigue starting to happen in that right hip. We're working, guys, and we're letting go. Slowly straightening that front leg. Release your hand, drawing that right foot back, and we're going to shift that bolster now to the opposite side, sweeping that left foot through. So again, we can have those hands down on the mat, lengthening through the crown of the head, feeling that great stretch to the front of that right leg. If you need the support of that bolster, placing that right hand to that bolster, maybe lifting that left hand to the left thigh, lengthening and reaching, gazing forward. Find your breath, noticing if you're holding tension anywhere, my friends. Where is it, and can you let it go? So as we transition, if you do, to a more intense pose, otherwise stay right here, guys. We can lift the chest, resting the hands on the thigh. Allowing that hip to come forward, those hips gently pressing to get that long stretch through the front of that right leg. And again, if you like, we can stack, bringing that bolster up to its highest point, supporting with that right hand and just leaning in. So again, if it ever you feel that tingly sensation, numbness, pain, guys, adjust. That left knee's right in line with our hip. Shoulders are soft, and perhaps we lift our gaze. Drawing those shoulder blades down and away, opening that chest, lengthening that neck. Breathe. You can close your eyes if you like. Again, noticing if there's that little sway. That can be challenging for our balance, guys. Almost there. And we rise, pulling that left knee back in. We're going to place our bolster behind us, right at the ankles or the calves. So your pillow, your blanket, whatever you like. And we're just going to gently sit it back. So that pillow, that bolster might adjust a little bit, might move back. Let it come wherever it's meant to come. And if this is not great for your ankles, guys, take a moment, grab a drink of water. If there's another stretch that you love, feel free to do that. Resting the palms to the thighs or opening your palms to the sky. Close your eyes. Relax those shoulders. Nice big deep breaths in and out through the nose. So we're lengthening those quadriceps. We're opening the chest once again as we draw those shoulders down and away. Nice stretch through the tops of the feet. Opening our heart to positive energy. Allowing that flow of energy to move freely. Celebrating each and every breath. and gently open the eyes. We lift up off of that bolster. Grab your bolster once again, and let's transition it back to the front of us here. Long ways, and we're going to bring those hands on either side of the bolster. We're going to open up those knees just a little bit wider than your mat. You can turn sideways if you like. We really want to work to keep the knees and the hips right in line. There's this tendency to kind of lean forward or press your hips back. We want to keep those hips right in line with the knees as we slide them open. Coming down onto your forearms. Pulling that bolster in as close as you need, resting so that you can rest your chest and your tummy and the side of your face to that bolster. So noticing if you begin to sit back, adjust. Sometimes your body can be really smart, and it's going to work through to find the easiest place to be. Letting go of intensity. We want to keep that intensity just on this side of uncomfortable. And as we let that body sink, oh my goodness, great stretch through the groin, through those hips. So maybe your bolster doesn't reach all the way down through your tummy. If you want to add an extra pillow, extra blanket to support underneath your entire torso, feel free to do so. If you don't really need your bolster and you don't really want it, you can set it aside and just come on down. So listen to your body, my friends. It's about letting go, right? It's about change in a positive direction, never about getting to the point where there's risk of injury. So our yin helps us to slow down, to find that space where we can recover mentally, emotionally, and physically, so that the body doesn't have to force us into that place through illness, a mental breakdown, a blow up, any kind of negative response, that the body says, hey, enough is enough. We need some downtime. Your yin can give you that downtime to restore the energy flow, to restore that quietness in the mind and the body, to soothe, to repair. Always better to be proactive in taking care of our bodies. Getting enough rest, drinking enough water, eating whole, healthy foods, positive mindset, lots of laughter. Feeling that sense of love, guys. Couple more good breaths here. Now slowly, slowly walk those hands back up. Come onto your forearms. Oh, lift your bum. Pull those knees in. Oh, and sit it back to child's pose. You can keep that bolster there for support if you like, or you can release it. Just find that supported child's pose. Such a great place, particularly after that frog pose. You might feel permanently separated just for a moment. Find that breath. Beautiful job. And let's come on up. Come on over onto one hip. Set your bolster off to the side. And let's slide on down to the top of the mat. Knees are slightly bent, and we're just going to slowly roll it back. Just take your time. Slow, steady. Coming all the way down. And relax. Let's pull that right knee in, left leg long, right arm extends out to a T, left hand to the outside of the right knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. So we can rest that knee on the bolster, or if you like, move that bolster out of the way and allow that knee to just gently come as far across the body as feels good to you. And then turn and take your gaze out over that right arm. Close your eyes. Noticing where you're holding tension. Hopefully, it's pretty much gone. If by chance you are holding any, recognize where that is. Send your breath there. And just ever so gently let it go. Beautiful release for that lower back. Amazing stretch for the hip. Nice release for tension in that neck. Just feels so good. This is kind of my rescue pose. Whenever my back or my hips are bothering me. If I'm feeling overwhelmed, out of sorts, just kind of not my normal self, this pose literally brings out any and all negativity, whether it be tension, tightness, worry, sadness, just that off feeling. This can help reset. I hope it can for you too. I hope there's a pose that you feel that does that for you, even if it's not this one. Releasing that left hand, rolling it back to center. Extending that right leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip. Hold here for just a moment. Noticing the strength and the length of that right leg. Now reach out through those toes and slowly lower your leg down. Make it last. Make it as long as you possibly can before allowing it to come to rest. Grabbing your bolster, your pillow, your blanket, transitioning it to the other side. And we bring that left knee in. Left arm extends out to a T, right hand to the outside of the left knee, and just gently pull your leg across. And again, it can find the bolster and just gently rest against that bolster. If you're like, I prefer not to have the bolster, just transition that out of the way and allow the weight of the arm and the weight of that leg to just pull it across, turning and taking your gaze out over that left arm. And then just close your eyes. Find your breath. Let the body weight work with gravity here. Let those big exhales let go of any last little bit of tension anywhere. And gently releasing that right hand, rolling back to center, extending left leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip. Holding here, lengthening and reaching. As you turn that leg externally out, pinky toe towards the front of the room, heel towards the inside just a bit. feel that strength and length of the leg, and then slowly lower it down, reach out through those toes. Make it last. Make that leg as long as you can. And allow it to come to rest. As we come into our corpse pose, if you find that you have tension in your lower back with those legs long and straight, I invite you to take your bolster and slide it underneath those knees, however it feels good to you. That feels nice. Resting the hands on your tummy or on your hips, or you can absolutely have those arms down by your sides, opening the palms to the sky. Now, if by chance you are not comfortable on your back, feel free to come onto your side, your tummy, up to a seated position. Adjust however you need to adjust to allow your mind and your body to be calm and relaxed. Maybe you have your arms overhead. Literally anything you need to do to adjust, to find that comfortable place. And we focus on our breath. Slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose. Again, sending that message to the nervous system that all is well. Allowing that positive energy to move freely through the body, strengthening, mending, healing. Bringing our awareness inward, taking a moment to visualize someone in your life that brings you great joy, that just makes you so happy. I want you to see that face, whether it be a person or an animal, a reptile, whatever it is. Just the face of something that brings you joy, fills your heart. And I want you to take in all the details of whomever or whatever that is. As you feel that joy within your mind's eye, let it transition into your body, onto your face, into your heart. A sense of peace, a sense of calm. Allowing the mind and the body to be still. With a sense of joy and gratitude in our heart, guys, anything is possible. And let's gently reach down, taking a hold of that bolster, retrieving it, and just gently setting it off to the side. We roll to one side. As you're ready, take the time you need. And we use the strength of those arms to help us come back up to a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, resting your hands comfortably. That smile still lingering on your face. Let's gently pull the hands to heart center. We open the eyes. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I hope you feel incredible. I hope your mind, your body, your spirit are all in a super good place. And thank you for joining me. I appreciate you more than you know. Until the next time, light and love to each and every one of you. And namaste.